I like plants. I've always loved gardening, and I find it relaxing.
A different world, viewed from a different angle. A soul grows within a constructed realm of natural beauty. Such peculiar life forms living in harmony beneath the constant buzz of a land unknown to them. When encompassed in their world, nothing but tranquility can be felt. A forgotten land found once more in the remnants of a culture lost to the claws of this modern age.
My interest in bonsai started with a friend of mine's mum, Mrs. Fleming. She had this little Japanese maple, which she had gone to classes and learnt how to actually make a bonsai and keep it alive and all the rest. And it was just fantastic. Anyway, many years later, I got two Rottweiler puppies, and they just wrecked my garden. Then when I started having children and became more homebound, and wanting to have all these exotic plants and not being able to have the garden space to grow these plants, I started back getting more interested in reading books about bonsais and just thinking how fantastic they were, that these massive trees could be condensed to grow in tiny little pots. So then I started with making my own after reading all those books, and hence now I've got a lovely little collection of about 86.
Theirs is a life of fragility, tenderness for their delicate structures. Their master moulds their lives, from dawn till dawn, a constant guardian, a shepherd to his flock, a mother to her child. Predators stalk these ambient artworks, their killing abilities a threat to these age-old wonders. A constant battle for survival, a war is waged against Mother Nature and her silent injustice.
A tree growing out in nature, nature has created it and allowed it to grow into the way it does grow. But when I do a bonsai, I create that, how the branch grows, in what direction, the style, the plant I choose. I see it as all my creation, not nature by itself. I suppose, like my elder sister once said, I'm just a control freak, and I control these plants because her argument was, do you realize that that American red cedar would grow to X amount of meters high and X amount of meters wide, and here you have taken that plant, cut its roots, trimmed its branches, arranged it all just the way you wanted, and stuck it into that little pot. The basic steps of doing a bonsai: first, you pick the plant, then you take the plant out of its pot, remove as much soil from the plant as possible. I open up the roots and plant the roots mainly as much as I possibly can. Then I cut 1/3 to half of its root size, put the plant into the pot, arrange it in the position in which I want it, then cover the roots with bonsai potting mix, cut the plant down to size. Then I pick the main branches that I want to keep and how I'm going to arrange them. Once I've got that in my mind, I then wire the individual branches and then shape them in the direction I want the plant to actually grow, so to speak. My future with my bonsais, probably 5 years' time, open up a shop selling bonsais to the public, teaching people how to actually grow them, look after them mainly, and just introduce people into actually keeping these trees that might one day become extinct due to whatever the reason, but we can actually keep them alive as bonsais indefinitely. if we can teach enough for people to appreciate them.
Tiny pillars of bark, dense with memories. Each stem, branch, twig with an individual story. A miniature forest awakened at a single touch. A blossoming of colours mesmerising to the eye. Their droopy arms dive from their homes and into the unknown abyss, where endless possibilities lie. They sit in their pots, watching, waiting, soaking in the wonder that consumes us all. A tree, an artwork, a thief of our imaginations, a bonsai.